What does that say? 4:07 a.m. Yeah, I just had to leave a second voicemail for the Greenville Group in the last 7 hours because the Greenville Group's activistic associate, a sex offender, psychopath, homicidal maniac, and obsessive stalker named Jasmine Irizarry, has been continuously doxing her physical presence in the bathroom directly behind this wall over the last 7.5 hours now. Ever since I left the last voicemail for the Greenville Group at approximately 9 o'clock p.m., which was 7 hours ago now, Jasmine Irizarry, or somebody who behaves and reacts exactly as she has been behaving and reacting from behind that wall for 11 years now, has been doxing their physical presence directly behind that wall and has been making repeated, nonstop, almost nonstop, um, like literally hurricanes of sickening, overpowering smoke and fumes that continue to affect my voice and my ability to speak. My voice has been continuously raspy for the last 2 days now because for the last 2 days there have been almost nonstop smoke and fumes coming from either directly below in 76, as it was coming from directly below in 76 yesterday. And then throughout the day today, it's been coming from the bathroom of 78 that is legitimately unrented and vacant. There are never any signs of actual occupancy based use from behind that wall. I never smell any shampoo or hear anybody actually showering or even flushing the toilet. The only time that there are ever signs that there's anybody in that bathroom is when the same violent psychopath and sex offender named Jasmine Irizarry slams and bangs things against the wall behind the sink, as she has been slamming and banging things against the wall behind the sink for 11 years now, in direct and immediate reaction to things that I happen to say or do in the privacy of this living space that Irizarry has knowledge of because, according to the Greenville Group, she is their sponsored and paid surveillance expert. I am now sitting at my computer trying to engage in some urgent work-related obligations, and over the last few hours, Irizarry has resumed her use of a directed energy device, the same directed energy device that she has bragged in multiple written comments on my social media pages that she is getting paid to use, that she is using on a tripod that she has aimed at my head. She's getting paid $300,000 to do this, and it's called a directed energy weapon, not a directed energy device, according to her close personal friend, Christopher Thomas, who corrected me in written comments that he made on my social media page, telling me that I shouldn't refer to it as a directed energy device. I should refer to it as a directed energy weapon because that's what it is, and I should get my facts straight. It's a directed energy weapon. And obviously, these are all psychotic, mentally disturbed, BLM sex offender psycho trash who can't leave other women alone and who have problems with females. That's why they won't leave me alone. There's barely any other females living in this building complex. And the few other females who do live in this building complex are so violent and aggressive themselves that they barely qualify as females. They behave more like the male sex offenders who are crammed in large numbers in this building complex and can't leave women alone. And even as I'm making this video at 4 o'clock in the morning after having left a second voicemail for the Greenville Group 5 minutes ago, my voice is being affected pretty severely by the nonstop smoke and fumes that Jasmine Irizarry, the severely disturbed, obsessive, and homicidal psychopath, has been burning and propagating and filling this entire corner with over the last 7 hours. So again, right now, Jasmine Irizarry continues to use a directed energy device that she herself has admitted she's getting paid a lot of money to use. According to her comment, she said it's $300,000. And this matches exactly what I continue to experience from Jasmine Irizarry, whose unique behavioral thumbprint cannot possibly be duplicated to the continuous and constant extent that this person who keeps accessing the bathroom of 78 has been exhibiting and displaying, not just over the last few hours, but over the last few days, weeks, and months. This has been going on since 2017. Irizarry began her use of a directed energy device back in 2017. And at that time, I thought it was my router that was going haywire and, exploding or something, having a short circuit or whatever. So I got rid of my router. And now I don't even use a router in this living space. I use Wi-Fi hotspot. But Irizarry continues to use a directed energy device that is completely independent of me and my electronics and the source of my Wi-Fi, which is not a router at this point. It is a hotspot. So I should not be getting continuously electronically shocked the way that I keep getting electronically shocked for hours at a time, while the same psychopath who's been using this directed energy device doxes her physical presence, slamming and banging things behind the sink right there for no reason whatsoever, showing that there's absolutely no legitimate occupancy being engaged in directly behind that wall, because no normal person would be slamming and banging things repeatedly against the wall of a shower stall between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. I mean, nobody normal does that, right? They don't take 4-hour showers. Nobody does that, right? Nobody in their right mind would do that. So, and even as I'm talking here on this phone, making this video, this psycho is literally like blowing overpowering amounts of cigar and marijuana smoke straight through that wall right there. It's actually strongest over in that corner, which obviously is the bathroom of 78. There's never any smoke or fumes coming from the hallway. Irizarry tends to get really agitated when I do one of 3 or 4 very basic key routine activities in the privacy of this living space. And one of the things that really triggers her is when I sit at this laptop and try to engage in some work-related obligations. Irizarry has a serious problem with my employment, and she has spent years trying to get me canceled and defunded from pretty much every job that I've had over the last 10 years. She has taken it upon herself to access the contents of my electronic devices. This has been corroborated by her friend and sponsor, Mr. Alisayev, the crooked Russian slumlord property manager, who has bragged to me on multiple occasions that Jasmine Irizarry is such a talented hacker. She can hack into anything. She can get into anything. And in other conversations, Mr. Alisayev has directly stated Jasmine Irizarry can take care of any problem, meaning when you take care of a problem, you make it go away. You do not solve it. You make it go away. And that's exactly what she does. Interestingly enough, when I was trying to log into this platform that I need to log into for my work, all of a sudden I couldn't log in. Irizarry had disabled the screen on my computer and the screen on my brand new phone so that I was not able to access either device when I was trying to log in to this platform that I need to access in order to get my work done. And that is the kicker right there, that this is absolutely Jasmine Irizarry, the Greenville Group's paid career criminal, sex offender, psychopath, who has been doing this for 11 years now. And it is not possible for a other human being to behave exactly identically to the dysregulated behavioral pattern that Jasmine Irizarry has very noticeably and continuously proven, established, and basically set in stone over the last 11 years. She's very predictable at this point. I know exactly what she's going to do based on what I happen to be doing in the privacy of this living space. And because multiple staffers at the Greenville Group have admitted that they are using surveillance devices to assist Irizarry in her use of a directed energy device to harass me based on what I happen to do in the privacy of this living space, then the Greenville Group and their leadership team are also very obviously involved in this criminal activity and criminal harassment that is basically a crime. I mean, it's a crime for landlords to harass tenants by using surveillance devices in the privacy of their living spaces and then harassing them based on their personal private activities in the privacy of their living spaces that are really obviously not private if your landlord is using surveillance devices in your living space, which is what's happening right now.